Professor Vardi, how many people are there on the jury? Where are the jurors from?
I suppose we are 12 or 13 altogether. I can't remember now. When the competition starts, I know them by heart. And there are one from the Far East, Dong Tai San from Vietnam, for the first time a Vietnamese, who won the first prize of the Chopin competition in Warsaw. And then one from Central Europe, and a few from America, and one Italian, and one Russian, of course, etc., etc. Yeah, few are pianists, few are critique, just various professions in the field of music.
So all of them have experience as jurors or as pianists themselves?
Oh yes, oh yes. It's not the first time for them to judge a competition.
What happens in a situation where you have 40-odd pianists who come? How do you decide who should go on to the next stage? What are your criteria?
Well, it's a very, very complicated issue, and it's very subjective. And of course, the philosophy behind it is it possible at all to make an average of 12 subjective different opinions? My reply, no, it's not possible, but yet there is not a better way, so we try to do our best. I can tell you how I do judge, how I deliver my goods, how do I fill my voting sheet. In the first round, there are 3 rounds. In the first round, I'm asking myself, am I or am I not interested to hear this fellow once again, or this girl? That's all. Is she interesting enough for me? There is something in her that I would like to hear her again. And of course, we must not write no for anybody. We just have, if there are 12 people in the second round, then we have to give 12 names. That's all. So I don't think who are the people who don't pass. I just find my favorite 12 whom I'm interested to hear again. This is for the first round. In the second round, I'm asking myself, is this pianist good enough to win a major prize? If yes, then I pass into the finals, and then we see what happens. In the finals, I'm asking myself, is he a true artist? Can he make me laugh and cry? Is it such a concert that at the end of it I'm a different person? If the reply is yes, hopefully we get a good winner. Sometimes we have to compromise because they are very young. Of course, the age is a major factor because some of them are 18, some of them are 28. The difference between 18 and 28 is enormous, because if they start to become an artist at the age of 14, 15, so the one who is 18 is just 3 years old, the one who is 28 is a mature, ripe artist. So we have to consider also the age. But of course, if somebody is good at 28, we should not give much of a bonus to the 18. So it's a lot of complications. You need a long experience to judge.
What happens when there are 12 judges and you just can't agree?
We don't have any deliberations. We never discuss. We may discuss only some things connected with procedure, but never do we discuss, is he a romantic player, or does he have lyricism or drama, or is pedal is well, or his sound is beautiful, can he keep the style, does he have any kind of negative attitudes? We never discuss. There are no discussions because we are not in a situation that we try to influence each other. We just give each us a verdict, and then there is a statistician who make the average. It's very simple. It's very simple, and therefore is not that simple.
Everyone gives a certain score,
Yep.
and an average is made of the scores, and this is how.
Yep.
So actually, when you sit with the jury and you don't deliberate, it would not take a very long time then, would it?
Of course it does not. You know, in the finals, for instance, the public just go for the kind of intermission to have a cup of coffee and so on, and before they are ready with the coffee, we are ready with our results. For the first round, it takes about 1 hour, and the 1 hour is needed just for the statistician to take all the results, to check and recheck that everything is correct, and then to feed it into the computer, and then to push the button. But most of the time is needed for the technical work, not for the judges. The judges just fill the form and give it. A good voting system is very, very important, because you have to create a situation of one man, one vote. Some judges must never be more influential than other judges. So if there are discussions, some people can express themselves, and they can be very, very influential. Or else, if you don't protect the judges and everybody sees what you wrote, or they know your opinion, so you try to please somebody. No, you give the judges, it's secret voting and no discussion. And I believe also that voting system must be very, very simple. That everybody understand what happens, no statistic tricks, you know, by normalizing and making medium instead of average. So here we don't have even any reason to make an average. You just count how many votes he gets. And something very important, we forbid in Rubinstein competition to have your own students in the competition. So a jury member can't have his student. So it's, I think it's very honest with a lot of integrity.
And as the chairman, do you vote as well? Or
Yes.
do you also vote?
Yes.
So
Yes. In some competitions, the chairman has a casting vote, but not here. Here the chairman is just a normal jury member, and the chairmanship, so to speak, is only that you, somebody must be the chairman for the jury meetings, though there are no discussions, but yet we discuss something and somebody should start and finish, and so it's more kind of a ceremonial capacity, but it's not that you are more influential than, and I know the scores of the other judges. No other judge know his fellows' scores, but I know. So they know that somebody knows. There are 3 people who know the scores. It's the competition manager, director, Edith Zvi, the statistician, and the chairman. So 3 people know, and if there are some leaks, I hope not, only these 3 are responsible for that.
what kind of criteria are listed on that form?
Yes
How
and
many questions or?
yes and no, that's all. Just you have to give, if 20 people are up in the second round, you have to give 20 names. That's all. Just give 20 names. And then you count how many votes each one of the competitors has. And sometimes there are ties. Simple tie or multiple tie. And in that case you have to re-vote only for the people in the tie.
Mm-hmm. Can you give us some example of some of the criteria for, or is that secret?
No, it's not secret. I can just tell you how do I judge. There are 2 ways to do it, by analysis or else just to get the complete performer. I prefer to have the complete performer because I don't want to be paralyzed by the analysis. Because if you start with analysis, you can say, his technique is so-and-so, his personality is so-and-so, his lyricism is so-and-so, is not a dramatic player, is not brilliant enough, or is he very brilliant, his Mozart was good in the first movement but not in the second. So the analysis could really, you can reach the paralysis by analysis. But what I'm doing is, as I said to you, in the first round I'm asking myself, am I interested to hear him again? Is there something in his playing that I want to hear it again? That's all. like every concert goer, like you do when you go to listen to a concert, there is no difference between a qualified jury member and a normal concert goer. The difference will be, you see, if it is a clear-cut decision, if somebody is very good or very bad we have not, but if it is clear, you don't need the judges. You don't need the qualified judges because everybody can judge. But sometimes there is this no man's land that is not a natural prize winner, but yet for him it's very important to be in the second round. So for that you need some expertise and experience, and you know how to read between the lines and how to make certain analysis. And I'll give you an example. For instance, somebody played a kind of bed pedaling in Beethoven Waldstein Sonata. And a normal concert goer would say, oh, that was bad. It sounded like an amateur playing because the pedaling was bad. And I, as a pianist, I know that this pianist tried to do Beethoven's original pedaling, which are very, very problematic. So I will give him the benefit of the doubt. Or I recall a competition here that a Korean boy played the Hammerklavier Sonata by Beethoven, and he really played it fast. It was impossible, really impossible. And the public, everybody, people, well, you know, outrageous reaction. It was really obnoxious the way he did it. But then, as a professional pianist, you know that this boy honestly tried to play Beethoven's own original metronome markings, which are impossible. So you know that Beethoven's metronomes are impossible, but yet this boy honestly tried to do them. So you may forgive him for certain mistakes. So as a professional musician, you understand the reasons better than a normal concert goer. So you need the expertise and the professional listener, not in the extreme cases, but for this very critical situation. Is he or her in second round, yes or no?
Can you think of any particularly interesting, exciting, controversial decision that you were part of in a jury, or very special moments?
Oh, in every competition there are controversial and exciting moments, because very often it happens that somebody is very good and you can see right away that this is a major talent, but yet today he played badly. For some unknown reason he played today badly. He had some memory slips. He played wrong notes more than needed, you know. Few wrong notes are forgiven, but if it's too much, etc., etc. And then there is another one who is more an average pianist, standard pianist and so on, yet he did his job perfectly. So whom will you choose? You can say the talented boy, okay, you are very talented, but not today. You know that you didn't play well, so you don't pass to the second round. On the other hand, you would say, but if this talented boy, is not passing, why the other one who is not much more than a pupil should pass? So these are very controversial moments. There are also sometimes pianists who are very, very individual, and they have their own idiosyncratics or disobedient people, or they do forbidden things because the style is, after all, the only one morale we have. We cannot follow our heart all the way. You can't. You have got certain morale to do. So somebody is really a fantastic pianist, a fantastic artist, yes, is completely disobedient in terms of style. He plays Mozart like Tchaikovsky and Rachmaninoff like Bartók, etc., etc. He is exaggerating in everything, and he is very self-centered and so on. Or somebody has got a kind of banging percussive sound, and some judges like it and some don't. So it's becoming controversial, and also sometimes the critic disagree with judges' verdict, or even the public. I remember in one of the competition there was a big fight between the critique and the public on one hand and the jury on the other hand, and maybe that brings some interest to the competition. There are a few things that bring interest to the competition. One of them is a very sad aspect of competition, that part of the game is, an innate part of the game is that there must be a victim. And the people, the public, they know that sooner or later there is a victim, and they would like to sympathize the victim, and they would like to create this kind of situation of good guys, bad guys, and the jury are the bad guys, and so on. And maybe this is one of the attractions of a competition, that competitions are normally more attractive than normal concerts.
How do you think those victims feel?
Awful. Everybody share the same feeling. The jury, the victims, the teachers, the family. You don't want to do it. You don't want to victimize anybody. And besides, the whole concept of competition is unnecessary, because, as we know, how could you compare between Rubinstein and Horowitz and Richter if you upgrade the situation? There is no comparison. There is no way to compare. Same here. Sometimes there is no way to compare. One played Mozart better, the other one played Beethoven better. No way to compare, yet we have to compare. So something is wrong in the concept, and yet we do it because there is not a better way. So we are very much aware of the bad aspects of competition, and the fact that there are victims, and the fact that there are very good pianists who are not succeeding. But what we can say, competitions are open to the audience, to the public, and you can win a competition even without winning a competition. You won recognition, you won love and warmth from the public. So the jury could always say, okay, we failed, but the truth sooner or later will be revealed.
Professor Arie Vardi, thank you very much, and good luck in this very exciting competition.